So to the people that don't know Gary Player, how would you describe who Gary Player is, Tom? Is it fair to say he's one of the best golfers of all time?
Absolutely. He's one of only 4 guys that's won the Grand Slam of the 4 majors.
Okay. So here's Gary Player. This is specifically going to those of you guys that you have a trade you want to improve, or you're a business owner, you're trying to find a way to get better in the marketplace. Look what Gary Player says here about Tiger Woods. Go for it, Rob.
Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods had his career ruined, completely ruined. Tiger Woods won 14 majors. And then he wins, the 14th major was the US Open at Pebble Beach. He won by 15 shots. You know what that's like? It's like running the 100 meters in 7 seconds. The next week he's having a lesson from a man who I don't know if he played in the Masters could break 80. Couldn't. But he's having a lesson from this guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes to another guy who couldn't break probably 85 in the Masters with the pressure, or the British Open, or the PGA on the final day. And he's having lessons from them. Why did Tiger do that? He was so good, but I understand he wanted to get better. But if he just went along and never changed, he would have won minimum 22, maybe more. He would have gone down as the greatest athlete the world had ever seen, man or woman, and the planet. But he made the wrong decision, and it's very easy to do because we're all trying to get better.
Tom, how do you process this?
Well, I have a lot of respect for the Black Knight. That was Gary Player's nickname. And
He's clearly white, Tom.
no. But you see the logo on his shirt?
No.
That's his brand.
Oh,
No.
my
Black
bad.
Knight.
There's
Black
no
Knight.
I don't see
They called him the Black Knight.
Got it.
That
My
was his.
brain- I thought it was
He
seen-
wore black on the golf course. That's
Got
what
it.
they called him. Okay, and I think he's right, because if you look when Tiger came up, and he had a couple major injuries. One, he started training because he and trained with the Navy SEALs, and he went to an intensive Navy SEAL training, and unfortunately, he suffered a big-time knee injury and concealed it. And so Tiger got distracted and wanted to go train with the SEALs, A, and B, he did move from his coaches, and there were chapters of his life where the coach he had, he was at kind of a plateau. And he had a falling out with the first coach. This coach had a big ego and was sort of trading on Tiger. And Tiger didn't like that. I don't blame him. It's like you have a... People understand it. I don't need to make metaphors, right? People know who the success is, and then other people are like trading on that success, kind of chasing you around like remoras, the way they chase sharks. And I believe Tiger would have had far more majors if he had stayed. He had such insane talent. And if he had stuck with that thread and not been distracted and got hurt, he got really hurt at a Navy SEAL training. And if he had not done that, I think things would have been fine, because people have talked about the car accident.
But specific. Not what I'm asking about is, I'm not asking about the Navy SEAL stuff. Specific to what Gary is saying here. Taking advice from somebody that shot an 80 or an 85, okay, and having that person give you counsel on what to do. How do you process that?
He wants to know what your point is, Tom.
I process it very simply. I think he should have stuck with the coaches that were proven. And sometimes it's like the latest coach, and you think, okay, I'm going to work with this, I'm going to work with that. And I agree with Gary Player. I don't think some of those later coaches were... I mean, I look now, you can look at some of those later coaches now and see who they're coaching, and I think it speaks for itself now. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. And I think moving to these other coaches, I don't think it helped him. I agree with Gary on that. I also agreed with Phil Mickelson, because Nike was the sponsor. Nike got into golf equipment and had Tiger using their equipment. Tiger was winning and using equipment that was inferior to what the other top 5 players in the world were using at the time. The Nike equipment was inferior, and he was winning.
Yeah, this guy was a special guy. But Adam, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, I don't... Listen, are the best professional coaches the best players? I would argue no. Phil Jackson, the greatest NBA coach ever, wasn't one of the best players ever. Either was Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Greg Popovich. So if you want to use the NBA, none of those guys were the greatest coaches. If you want to go into the NFL, Bill Belichick, greatest coach of all time, not a great player. The list goes on and on and on. So in order to coach someone great, you don't need to be great at your sport. You need to be a great coach. You don't necessarily need to be a great player. So I get that Gary Player is one of the greatest golfers alive. By the way, sick name, Gary Player. Go ahead, play on player. But I don't necessarily know if I agree with what he's saying. What you need is someone that will tell you the truth, someone that will hold you accountable, someone that will make you do maybe not what you want to do. You need a leader. You don't necessarily need somebody who did what you did, because nobody was able to do what Tiger Woods did. Nobody. Unless he's getting Arnold Palmer, the famous drink, or he's getting Jack Nicklaus to coach him, nobody's going to be on Tiger's level. Nobody's on Michael Jordan's level.
Yeah.
Nobody's on Tom Brady's level. So I understand where you're getting your counsel from is important, but when you're one of the GOATs, nobody's going to be on your level. But that's
the only difference I would say is the following.
Yep.
Coaches also have track records. Who have you built? So who have you built? If you've built somebody, great. For example, in tennis, who was that guy that ended up building IMG? What's his name? Nick Bollettieri.
Nick Bollettieri built the Institute.
What reputation does he have for building tennis players?
Oh, yeah.
Top notch.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You can go through a list of names to see what they've produced.
Who was our buddy
what
that was on the
they've built.
podcast?
Who was that?
Our buddy that coached the Williams sisters.
Oh, Mark.
Rick Macy.
Rick Macy.
Right. He was in a
You
movie.
may not see what I see, but
Right.
Rick Macy.
So
right.
I mean, the point becoming that you have credibility with the coach that's giving you feedback versus taking it from somebody else. That was a very interesting observation from Gary Player, because whether you like golf or not, there was a moment where Tiger, what he was doing made no sense. Whenever a player makes you watch a sport that you've never watched before, you're a transcendent player. You're a revolutionary player. And Tiger was exactly that. Tiger got Middle Easterns to watch golf. Yep. We don't watch golf. We run away from bunkers. We have flashbacks.
Yeah.
We get scared of bunkers. I mean, we don't do that kind of
You
stuff.
guys end up in the sand trap, though, for some reason.
I mean, it's
You guys
just,
feel very comfortable there.
yeah, we're not going to do it. It's just like we're not going to do something like that. But the point here is, I like the way he put it down and what he said and where he's at now. The reality of it is, you're one good advice away from your life changing. Dude, you're one bad advice from completely having a massive setback. And you have to always be aware of that. No matter what phase of your life you're in, you're a kid, you're an adult, you're a family man, you're married, you're single, you're a businessman, always make sure there's credibility of the person that you're taking counsel from. I had no idea what was going to happen with the Yetis. I had no idea. When our team said, Pat, they're not going to last, like this, all of it was gone. Next thing you know, we were swamped by messages of, Pat, can we get additional Yetis to do collaboration with Valuetainment and Future Looks Bright? The next one is here. Now, keep in mind, these will go very fast. Rob, if you want to play this clip, we got different ones. These are based on what many of you guys asked. This is the Future Looks Bright Yeti, whether it's a pink one, whether it's the red one, whether it's the Tiffany blue or the white. These seems to be, this one seems to be, it's sick. It's absolutely sick. Yeah, or even a smaller one that you got. And on top of this, Rob, if you can also go to the website, there are, I think it's 10 coolers that we got. A couple people asked for
Only
coolers.
10?
I just got 10 of them. We're like, let's just see if there's a market
I
for it.
guarantee you that they'll be gone before we're
They
done with the
asked,
episode.
I said, let's get 10
Those
and
are
let's see how it does.
sick.
Look at that. Look how sick that is with Future Looks Bright right on top of it.
So badass.
So VTmerch.com, go place your order. Be the first to get it because these things will go very quickly. Again, it is limited supply and they're absolutely sick. When you go to work and you have this Valuetainment logo and the Future Looks Bright, it looks insane. Okay, again, go to VTmerch.com, place your order with the Yeti collaboration. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.